You know what I'm hearing? Someone has completely disengaged, and I've mentioned this briefly. There is a seriousness, an I don't want to say it this way, but an omniscience and a presence that has completely manifested through a divine feminine, whether it is a man or a woman. What I'm hearing is that it's always been about you. And this is quite literally, this is not a compliment, this is not a threat, this is not anything aside from it being a very, very serious fact. It's always been about you. You see, the energy right now, there are several karmics, and it's interesting because we've come into this channel and we've spoken about the divine masculine and them awakening and all of that stuff. But what I'm getting is that the divine feminine has been removed from situations, and this is spiritually speaking because the physical part is not even a if, ands, or a but this is I'm gonna say she for lack of for clarity's sake. She has been removed, and what I'm getting is that several karmics have truly understood and made it about targeting the divine feminine because they understand that whatever masculine counterpart is attached to her, she is the source. So if they get her to feel a sense of detachment, if they get her to be distracted and to give up the portal, the source that she is channeling, that is the only way that they can manifest whatever selfish desires that they've had. And a lot of stuff has been stopped, and what I've been getting is a very serious illness that I kept hearing this, right? I kept hearing chemotherapy, I kept hearing cancer, I kept hearing these things, and it's very interesting because at the same time, I was getting what Spirit considers native demons. There was a karmic in the divine feminine's frequency who has been mirroring, who has been attempting to destiny swap, however you want to call it. But they recently did something regarding trying to access the divine feminine's native entities or native demons, however you want to call it. I'm kind of getting a picture of Lilith and her many demons or whatever, her many children. And these children are entities or beings that the divine feminine has understood via her reflections out there and integrated them. And what I've gotten was that she has them surrounded by a wall of mirrors, these demons that are in the field or under the name, under the source, under the umbrella of this divine feminine. And there was a karmic recently who attempted to access those native demons into sending them towards the divine feminine during times of rest, during times where she had her guard down. All of that is the reason why this person is currently trapped in some type of portal, some type of energy that they try to harness against the divine feminine, because she's very stubborn. That's what I'm getting. Like, this is a very powerful high priestess, a very powerful energy that is impenetrable, impregnable. And it's interesting and kind of sad because the divine feminine that I'm picking up on is somebody that has even secluded themselves from the divine masculine, because there is a weakness that the divine masculine has that the divine feminine does not have, because she leads. She is the one that opens the door, and he is the one that articulates it, or this is how I described it. She's the creator and he's the architect. And yes, they have to work in tandem, but she is the one that ignites the fire. She is the source of it. And this is exactly why a lot of karmics have teamed up, ganged up on a divine feminine in order to quite literally sequester her and plug her full of all these entities and all these holes in order to drain her life force energy. And they did it so well that the divine masculine, or this energy that we've kind of like tried to talk about in this channel, I'm fine. The divine masculine has been so weakened that it was almost a case of the divine feminine being told to go her separate way until the karmics that are involved in this scheme are weakened. And this is what is happening right now. And it's so interesting and sneaky because this karmic, right? I don't know if it's exactly them that is going through what I've heard regarding like cancer, chemo. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but there is some type of like density. There's some type of like pain and anguish that is going on. And for some of them, I'm getting like in the extreme sense, this is somebody that has gone into a coma. And this is because, again, they attempted to manifest themselves, right, spiritually, go into the energy field of the divine feminine in order to set loose. I'm going to talk in very first grade terms. Set loose certain demonic entities that this karmic felt like if they were to bring them together, the divine feminine will not be able to overcome them at once. But it's funny because they belong to her. Like Lilith, right? And the multiple demons, they belong to her. And it literally, this is what I'm getting. Divine feminine is resting, laying down, and sees images and these entities and these like low frequential beings that she's already tamed trying to come and interject with her. But what she's hearing is what they're telling her about what's going on with the karmics. And I've said this before. She's not scared of them, right? She's not scared of these beings. She has already overcome them. And it's almost like, okay, good dog, good dog. And she's literally talking to a hellhound. And this karmic this is coming from a place of being outraged because what she's dealing with, what this person, I said she accidentally. This could be a she for some of you, but whatever this karmic is dealing with, they feel like they have received nothing. They have received a dummy. This divine masculine is almost so disengaged or disembodied from their source that they are of no use to them. They are literally of no use to them. And this is why they have to isolate the divine feminine, because she is the source. And if they can get her to take her spot, if they can get her to give up her spot, then they can use whatever source that she is plugged into, whatever portal that she is ordained to be a part of, that she is plugged into, to sort of take and to siphon and to go ahead and live the life that is intended for her. That is the whole purpose. And this is why they have to mimic. This is why they have to do everything that you do if they want to, destiny swap with you. Because they have to convince the energy that they are the ones who are going to play this role in this life if they weaken you enough and if they take enough away from you that you forget and lose yourself and you get decentered. That is why they have tried to isolate the divine feminine. But what I'm getting is that whether it be the actual karmics involved that are getting sick or that is going through this, what even could possibly be a coma, if it's a family member, if it is people around them, I'm getting this very hush-hush energy where they don't want to say that they've been up to no good, that they've been up to witchcraft, that they've been up to all of these things, because everybody already knows they're fixated on you. Everyone already knows that they are obsessed with you and taking what you have. So they're trying to keep it on a low key that they have done absolutely nothing, because there are family members or people close to them that could possibly be sick. And if those people knew what this person was doing or what this person is up to, they would immediately click it that it is them. And this is a type of energy that is so like adamant, like they're so stubborn and unempathetic to the people around them, to the point where they could have attended multiple funerals already. Like, if this is an older person, they already have attended multiple funerals because the people around them are already in a weakened state and they're not going to be able to sustain or be able to overcome whatever is being blown back at them. And this person is kind of trying to keep it on the DL because they want to still be able to do what they're doing. They want to succeed so bad. Like, this has become a fixation. Like, the more they end up losing, the more they desire to win. That's what I'm getting. And it's become so strange that I'm getting for some divine feminines, it's almost like there's a period of time that you might not feel the energy of the divine masculine. That you might even feel like they're a part of the scheme. And for some of you, they might be. I don't know. You have to trust your intuition regarding this. There's this disconnect, that this severance is so strong. But what I'm getting is, because they're failing, the energy and the potency for the divine feminine has increased. So you're going to be faced. I'm not even going to. Your power is increasing. It is increasing. Your manifestation ability is increasing. Your glow is increasing. Your contact is broadening. Your influence is it's raising. It's being raised in the spirit. In fact, whatever this person has been up to, trying to take from you, has in fact shone a light on all the other elements, all the other reflections of you that you had around, whether that be friends, family, certain work, things that you have committed yourself to. They have been brought into a massive spotlight so that you can see exactly what is for you and what isn't. The person I'm talking to is moving by the spirit, moving 100% by spirit, fully charged. That's what I'm getting. And this is exactly why this person or the people around them are going through difficult illnesses. These are very, very low vibrational energies that have attached to them and that are now sort of coursing through their veins, quite literally, like spiritually speaking. These things attached to your lineage. They attach to your blood. Whoever is sacrificing is going to be, they're not going to discriminate. That's what I'm getting. And so it would benefit the people around this person to know that they are psychopathic. It will benefit them because whoever is supporting them, whether this be financially in order to stock you properly, and they're just giving them money, or whoever is supporting this person, right? Even the workplace that they're involved in is going to have a problem because they are quite literally creating so much debt, so many consequences for the people around them because they don't care, right? And you know what I'm getting? In the beginning of this whole thing, if this is a person who's operating with a team, in the beginning of this whole thing, there were certain people that, and this is something I saw in my vision. There are certain people that will not be happy with it. There are certain people who would quite literally get up and who left in the very beginning. There are people who got up and left. And it's interesting to me because these people, they knew, like their spirit, God told them, this is not some place that you want to be involved in. But interestingly enough, they are still involved because so long as you are harboring these people, so long as you are harboring information and the people around them, these karmics and the people around them getting ill, the price is on everyone's head. That's what I'm getting. The price is on everyone's head. And this is exactly why abundance, prosperity, love, magnetism is increasing in the field of the divine feminine. This is exactly why. She has done the hardest things that none of them together combined couldn't do. And this is why, and especially if this is a mother figure for you as a divine feminine, or someone who is like related to you, or an ex, someone who's had a very close brush with you, this is why they're so vehemently just unable to let this go, because they have such a deep-seated jealousy and animosity towards you. The only thing that's going to stop them is if they just stop breathing. Like, they don't care what they do. This is a person that has already gone through several funerals. And you might think it is not associated with whatever this is, but it is associated. This is a person that is being called in constantly to see what is going to be coming for them. You know, when I was a kid, someone said this to me. They said, my dad, he always says some very interesting things. He said, death comes for your neighbor first before it comes for you. Something along those lines. And he said it in Amharic. So that's what's coming to me right now. And one thing that I'm getting is that death is too kind for this person. Because as a very astute spiritual teacher put it on Threads, I know I always mention it, she said, when these people die, sometimes it gets worse. The attacks get worse because it's the barrier, like the physical barrier where, like I mentioned, they have to hide and keep it hush hush so other people don't call them out. That gets completely removed. So now they can operate in the spirit with these entities, with these beings that they have been working with in the physical. The barrier gets shattered. And so the attack or their attachment towards your spirit increases if they die. And I get the sense that this is a form of protection. Keeping them around is a form of protection for the divine feminine. And you know what? Even the divine masculine, because I'm getting like this person's frustration is so grand that they're beating up on this masculine, whether it's a man or a woman. It's so grand that they're punching down. And this is a person that couldn't defend themselves against them. Because again, especially if they came at this divine masculine before the feminine was fully aware of her being, he was at a very weakened state. And this is going for like counterparts. This is about people who are one soul, one flame. This is why they have to isolate the divine feminine. It is about her. She is the source. She is the source of the power. And that is exactly why everything has been increased for the divine feminine. And I'm getting the story of, please let me know if you guys know it because it's really blowing up now. Hailey Bieber, or Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. I'm kind of getting that triad, that story, because we see now Selena has like this soulmate energy, and how Hailey was completely obsessed with doing everything she's doing. This is textbook destiny swapping that we saw with these people. And this is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. And what happened to Selena? She just got more and more and more successful. Yes, she went through suffering. Yes, she may have even went to a mental hospital at one point, but she grew up. She became everything that she is meant to be, and now she looks like she's in a very loving relationship. Versus Justin Bieber. And you see the dynamic? It has always been about Selena. I'm giving an example here, so bear with me. I am not very in tune with celebrity and what's happening with them, so I probably am getting some things wrong, but this is the only thing I want to focus on. The focus was on her. It wasn't that Hailey was trying to act like Justin Bieber. She was trying to act like Selena because she was the source that was magnetizing this bond. She was the source that was, imbued with love that would activate or access the divine masculine into being a receptor or receiver of that love and a giver of it too. She was the charge. And this is exactly why they have to throw a damp towel on the divine feminine and mutate into her, whether it's a him or a her, mutate into her and sort of trick spirit into, it's not even a trick, it's almost like emulating. And if that source isn't being lived, the energy cannot die, so it has to shift, it has to transform, even if it's a dulled version of it, like a Temu copy of it. That's what I'm getting. And since this person cannot seem to get it because the access is completely shut down, and any other source that they may have been using in order to weaken your frequency, these could be people that may not have even known what the hell is going on, have been removed. And so it's this like, I'm getting the final battle from, Frogger, where he has to conquer the dragon. And this is the person is the Frogger. The Frogger is the person, you are the dragon. That's what I'm getting. And this person has about 99 lives. You know, when you, oh my god, I'm going so far down here. In Frogger, if you knew the game, this is like a super oldies game. There was a trick with the joystick to get about 99 lives. And even doing that, you still end up failing because that is how strong and powerful the dragon is. And this is what this person is going through. I hope this makes sense. All right. Until next time, everything you need to know is in the description box down below. If you want to book a reading, my shop is in the description box as well. It is going to pop up soon on my regular shop, but I just wanted to renovate it a little bit. So if you guys really, really want a reading, that is the way you're going to get it for now. And my book is also, Sad Girl, is also in the description box down below. Until next time. Ta-ta!